Hello and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News on the hour. I am Ebunlomo Adekunle. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo on Monday hosted President Goodluck Jonathan at his hilltop residence in Abeokuta, Ogun State. It was gathered that the meeting, which started around 7 p.m. and ended about 9:15 p.m., centered on Jonathan's re-election bid and the need to resolve the disagreement between the two. Sources in the former president's residence said the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, and the founder, Living Faith Ministry, Bishop David Oyedepo, were also at the meeting. However, the presence of the clerics could not be confirmed as journalists were not allowed into the hilltop premises. As of 10:19 p.m., there was no official comment on the outcome of the meeting. Earlier, the social media had been awash with reports that Obasanjo, who stayed away from the People's Democratic Party presidential campaign at the MKO International Stadium in Abeokuta, shunned Jonathan. The former president had made a surprise appearance at the wedding of Jonathan's niece, thus raising hope that their sour relationship is over. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, President Goodluck Jonathan, resumed his campaign in the southwest in the Ogun State capital of Abeokuta with a promise to the people of a well-defined educational and improved agricultural system. Olajumoke Olatunji's report from the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta is presented from our studio.
In his quest to return as the president of the country, President Goodluck Jonathan promised the people of the state of improved agricultural system and agro-cargo airport. He particularly focused on the youth, promising them a well-defined education system when he gets their support in the forthcoming presidential election.
We are not coming here to announce the private sector. We are not coming here to change laws in way to frustrate the people. We are here to encourage enterprise, commerce and industry.
The PDP National Chairman Adamu Muazu attributed the success of the PDP in Ogun State to former President Olusegun Obasanjo and called for more support.
We appreciate his leadership, we appreciate his commitment, we thank him for his support, and we call upon him for his continued support and prayers, especially at this point in time. Support our President Goodluck Jonathan in his bid, in our bid for the forthcoming election.
The Jonathan campaign train later headed for Ibadan, the Oyo State capital.
The crowd at the famous Mapo Hall in Ibadan gathered for only a reason, which is to demonstrate support for the second-term bid of the PDP presidential candidate, President Goodluck Jonathan. From stakeholders of the party to the common man on the street, it was all about Jonathan not minding the long wait in the scorching sun for the arrival of the president. Given the people of Oyo reasons to vote for Jonathan at the February 14th presidential poll, these PDP chieftains, through songs and words, assured them of continued progress and development in the state if PDP...
Even though we know, we've been told by some political parties that they may not be predisposed to encouraging women so much. They say, well, they are going to ban the office of the First Lady, they are going to ban the office of the governor's wife, they are going to ban the office of the local government chairman's wife, they are going to ban the Defense Officers' Wife Association, they are going to ban the Army Officers' Wife Association, they are going to ban the Naval Officers' Wife Association, they are going to ban the Air Force Officers' Wife Association, they are going to ban the Police Officers' Wife Association. But me, having served as a deputy governor of this great country, having served as a governor, having served as a vice president, and now serving as a president, I can tell you that these offices are helping to mobilize our women. And these offices are encouraged to have NGOs. The monies they spend are not coming from government budgets. The monies they spend are not coming from government budgets. They run NGOs. Nigerians have a lot of philanthropists.
Given the people of Oyo reasons to vote, for Jonathan at the February 14th presidential poll, these PDP chieftains, through songs and words, assured them of continued progress and development in the state if PDP is voted into power.
We say no. We say no. We say no. We want a 21st century compliant president. Not a 21st century president. I want you to know that PDP is your party. It is indeed your party for so many reasons. Number one, our president is a very young, energetic, humble, highly educated, young president. Is that not so? Number two, your gubernatorial candidate, Senator Taslim Falani, is young man and energetic.
The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Muhammadu Buhari, is already envisaging a landslide victory over the incumbent president, Goodluck Jonathan, on February 14th. He expressed this optimism while inaugurating an 80-member presidential campaign council at the party's newly commissioned campaign headquarters in Abuja. Buhari says his conviction is based on the support APC enjoys across the country.
After 4 days of campaign, leaders of Nigeria's main opposition party are in Abuja on a brief break to commission their campaign secretariat. The ceremony also provides an opportunity for the formal inauguration of a presidential campaign council that has been working round the clock. APC's presidential candidate may have just concluded the first phase of the campaigns, but he is clearly upbeat about his party's chances at next month's election. Buhari is not only foreseeing victory, but he's sure of a big win.
With such a team and with the unprecedented acceptance that the APC enjoys in all parts of the country, the question is not whether the party will defeat the PDP. The question is the nature of the landslide with which the Kulula party will be sent packing. I promise you that the landslide will be unprecedented.
The APC candidate also used the opportunity to advise his supporters to comport themselves in the build-up to the election.
I must warn all my supporters, volunteers, and other well-wishers within the party or even out of it, not to insult or to be rude to any other aspirant or party leader on my behalf. My supporters must not engage in any kind of behavior or conduct that will tarnish the image of any leader or promote division and rancor within the ranks of the party. Whoever does that should know he or she is working for the enemy.
Earlier, the man saddled with the responsibility of overseeing the party's presidential campaign had told the gathering that 2015 is the best chance for the opposition to unseat the ruling party.
This is the best chance for the opposition. There will not be another chance like this anymore. We can't afford to lose it. We cannot also afford to disagree on any issue. The only issue we can afford to disagree on is that we must not make mistakes. We must agree that President Goodluck Jonathan and PDP have had their cup filled by themselves, and that the society wants them out.
After the inauguration, the party's campaign train moved straight to Imo and Ondo states for the second phase of what it prefers to call state mobilization visit. Buhari is expected to campaign in Ogun State on Tuesday, January 13.
The governorship candidate of the PDP in Lagos, Jimmy Agbaje, has described himself as the man who has the capability of bringing the real change to the people of the state. Agbaje, who spoke against the backdrop of the change slogan of the ruling party in the state, the APC, says he is blessed with so many ideas needed to move Lagos forward if he wins the people's mandate to govern the state. Oluwaseyi Adegoke was at the campaign office of the PDP candidate and filed in this report.
The campaign office was filled with party faithful going and coming in. These PDP faithful say the people of Lagos need the real change they have long been clamoring for in 2015.
We all want the seat of government to change from the APC government to the PDP, just because the APC, they've not done what the people want. It's not the government of the people. The government, in fact, the government of is anti-people. So we all want to change.
We've seen what the other party can do. I haven't been around for over 10 years. Hence, we need change.
What I'm expecting is victory. There is no two way about it. If you have a candidate that is credible, popular, welcomed by everybody, I think that is what politics is all about.
For his part, the PDP governorship candidate in Lagos, Jimmy Agbaje, echoes the views of the party faithful and added that the way forward in Lagos is making real the desired change.
We're getting ready to hit the road. Everybody's on board. We're very optimistic. We intend to win this election. It's about bringing bold ideas that bring new opportunities for the people of Lagos. So we're saying that the way it's being done, the Lagos campaign is going to be a campaign between continuity and change.
Agbaje decried inciting statements by politicians while pleading that politicians should engage in politics of ideas like him.
I'm more about the ideas than dirty talk. We don't play those the politics of violence. We play politics of ideas. We're saying that we have got ideas and let them come to the table and tell us that they have better ideas than us. But you see, the difference is that they have been there 16 years. They have no new ideas. We're coming in fresh. We've got fresh ideas.
Lagosians are already looking forward to electing their leaders in the forthcoming general elections, and the atmosphere at Agbaje's campaign office speaks volume about their preparations. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has warned politicians to desist from using it as a tool for political warfare. This, the Commission says, is because of the spate of frivolous petitions it has been receiving against leading political figures. EFCC explained in a statement that it had in recent weeks witnessed attempts by politicians to instigate it against their opponents. The anti-graft agency, however, wants members of the public to note that it is an offense under the EFCC Establishment Act to write false petitions or supply misleading information to the Commission. The Commission also decried what it described as attempts by some politicians to blackmail it from going after them by imputing political motives to its enforcement activities. It insists that the fact that a politician is a flag bearer of any political party does not amount to immunity from investigating or prosecuting for any act of criminality. It's the CoreTV News on the hour. Take a break and we'll be back with more reports. Stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Thanks for being there. For more news and other information, you can visit a social media platform. On Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News. Our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG. and on YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV, space, then news. The Bring Back Our Girls movement is to meet former President Olusegun Obasanjo and 2 elder statesmen as part of efforts to continue to put the abduction of the 219 Chibok girls and similar abductions on the front burner of national discourse. The other prominent Nigerians, members of the group, are scheduled to meet on Tuesday, and Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka and former High Commissioner to the UK, Christopher Kolade. The protest movement said in a statement that the visits to Abeokuta and Lagos are meant to ensure that the statesmen help amplify the Bring Back Our Girls campaign by reaching out to the government. This, it says, is with a view to ensuring that the authorities provide clear information on the status of the rescue operation and for government to prioritize the rescue of all abducted Nigerians. ECOWAS has expressed concern at the continued activities of Boko Haram in northeast Nigeria and the consequent death and destruction. It is now soliciting the cooperation of the African Union, the Lake Chad Basin Commission, and other stakeholders to stem the tide of sporadic attacks. ECOWAS said in a statement that the president of the commission, Kadri Ouedraogo, is particularly saddened by the recent attack and destruction carried out in Baga town. While strongly condemning what it termed despicable acts and wanton disregard for human life and property, the ECOWAS community reaffirmed its commitment to working with the Nigerian authorities to halt the incessant attacks. Nigeria's military authorities say available evidence show that 150 persons, including a number of terrorists, were killed in the recent insurgent attack on Baga in Borno State. This, according to defense spokesman Chris Olukolade, is a far cry from the casualty figure of 2,000 reported by a section of the media. He also disclosed at a press briefing in Abuja that the military is currently carrying out air and land bombardment in Baga, all in an effort to reclaim the strategic town from Boko Haram.
As you might be aware, there was another terror attack on the town of Baga in Borno State last week, which left a number of people dead. Following that unfortunate attack, a lot of speculations and conjectures have been peddled by a section of the Nigerian media, particularly the online media, regarding the casualty rate of that incident. Some claim that over 1,000 people were killed, while many others wrote with some sense of certainty that 2,000 people lost their lives in that singular attack. Without any doubt, terrible atrocities have been committed against innocent Nigerians in Baga by the rampaging terrorists who attacked and have been operating in the town since 3rd of January 2015. Necessary actions are being taken to put an end to the activities of terrorists and restore law and order to that community. To this end, a lot of covert operations, including surveillance activities, which recorded series of aerial photographs, are ongoing in that vicinity. It is, however, necessary to inform Nigerians in the interim that the exercise so far have not corroborated the report of the casualty rate, which was put at 2,000 deaths. From all available evidence, the number of people who lost their life during that attack are so far not exceeded about 150 in the interim. This figure includes many of the terrorists who were bearing arms and got killed in the course of their attack and battle with troops.
The police authorities have vowed to arrest the perpetrators of pre-election violence in Rivers and Plateau State. Campaign vehicles, buildings, and other valuable property belonging to the 2 leading political parties were damaged in the 2 states. Worried by the situation, Inspector General of Police Suleiman Abba reminded politicians and party supporters that the police would not tolerate such acts in the run-up to the election. He maintained that the perpetrators will not go unpunished. The Senate has approved the appointment of Oku Joseph Nnanna as the Deputy Governor of the Central Bank representing the Southeast geopolitical zone of the country. Senators unanimously endorsed the appointment after a report on a screening by the Joint Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions. The committee described Nnanna as a vibrant economist who proved his ability to efficiently handle the responsibility of the position. Senate President David Mark congratulated the CBN Deputy Governor designate and expressed hope that the bank would play a crucial role in ensuring that declining oil prices do not have adverse effect on the country. Nnanna is an economic consultant with over 30 years of experience working in the International Monetary Fund, the Central Bank, and West African Monetary Institution. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with a story from outside Nigeria. Don't go away.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical, women being so powerful yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
Many thanks for being there. Egypt's High Court overturned the only remaining conviction against Hosni Mubarak and ordered a retrial in his embezzlement case, opening the way for possible release from jail for the ousted former president. Mubarak, 86, was sentenced to 3 years in prison for diverting public funds earmarked to renovate presidential palaces and using the money to upgrade family properties. His two sons were given 4-year jail terms in the same case. The man who ruled Egypt for 30 years has been serving his sentence in a military hospital in Cairo. Now that a retrial has been ordered, judicial sources say Mubarak could walk free as no convictions remain against him. In November, another court dropped charges against Mubarak for conspiring to kill protesters in the 2011 revolt that toppled him from power and cleared him in 2 other graft cases. And it's a wrap on the news for this hour. Join us again, top of the hour for more. Thank you for being there. I am Ebolomo Adekunle.